it going, guys? Today we're going to talk about CarPro Eraser. This is a post-polish prep step that is very important for ceramic coatings. It's also important for sealants or waxes, but especially with ceramic coatings or nano or products that do not have something in them that's going to help, remove whatever the polish was that you left behind. So in this particular case, we're getting ready to coat with CQuartz UK. And we've already cleaned the vehicle. We already polished it with CarPro Reflect, or at least this area that we're doing our demonstration on. And now we wiped off that polish. And after you wipe off your polish, the next step is to go ahead and use the eraser to remove any oils. Even though it doesn't look oily, for people that aren't familiar, there are always some oils that are going to be left behind by your polish. So even if you wiped it clean, used a really good towel, a nice clean towel to do so, there are still oils on that paint. Ceramic coating might not last a week if you do not do this step. There are other products, obviously, that you can use. Some of them can be too aggressive for paint. Some of them can be right on, like alcohol. Alcohol does work good as well. I know we'll get some questions and some comments about that. And that's true, you can use alcohol. For me, I prefer to use eraser because the towel glides a lot better, so I feel a lot safer using it. And then it also has an ingredient in it that it has some alcohol in it, and it also has another ingredient in it that is going to help pull those oils off. Whereas alcohol is great at dissolving oil, it's not so great at lifting them necessarily. So this has a combination of ingredients that are going to do both. They're going to dissolve any oil that's there, and they're going to lift it up with our microfiber towel. So we're using our Crazy Pile, our Microfiber Madness Crazy Pile towel. And I always shake, just like with any detailing product. Set your nozzle to a mist. Spray a little on the towel if it's dry, if you haven't started using it yet. And then spray fairly liberally across the area that you're working on. And then you don't want to leave that sitting, like there are some products where you might do that, but with eraser you definitely don't. You immediately want to spread that around and work it into the paint. And then you're going to flip it over, and immediately, rather than letting it dry on its own and ending up with any kind of streakiness or anything, you're going to go ahead and flip that over and wipe it back off before it dries on its own. That is pretty much all there is to it. There is one tip I'll throw in. It may or may not be important. I'm not a chemist, but I do know I have learned a lot of things from chemists, and one of them is that when you add an ingredient like alcohol or something like that to a porous surface, like paint, that some of that goes down into some of it is absorbed by the paint, and it doesn't immediately evaporate back out. If you use a really heavy solvent, it could even take hours or days possibly for that solvent to evaporate out. Luckily, with the ingredients that are in eraser, it's not going to take that long. At most, maybe 20 or 30 minutes. Probably doesn't matter, but in my mind, it only makes sense to give that some time to happen just to be safe. So, so it doesn't interact with the coating that you're going to put on. So basically, by the time you get all the way around the car with the eraser, then it will all have evaporated out behind you, and you can get right back into coating. That is pretty much everything. If you have any other questions or comments or anything else, all the details are below, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, guys.